Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie from the Oracle Times, and this is going to be the Leo August 2020 forecast reading. I'm going to repeat as I always do. I record from the Bushveld in South Africa. It is beautiful around us, but chilly. As you can see, I'm dressed all for winter. Here in South Africa, we don't prepare for very cold winters. We are not used to them. Our houses are not built for them, and this year is unusually cold for us. You guys in Europe and America probably wouldn't think it's that cold, but here in Africa, it's cold for us, even though the sun is shining. Anyway, the internet can be a bit dodgy because I'm in the bushveld. I'm surrounded by wild animals, as I say, but the internet can disappear for a sec or two. But lately, I've had a good run and I haven't disappeared at all. I'd also like to say to those of you that follow me, you will see that I make those soft cloth designer dolls, little soft cloth dolls. They're stunning. I've created a course, so if you would like to learn to make one, I will put the link in the description box below. You can do the course on Udemy. And if you'd like a personal or private reading, I'm going to put that link in the description box below as well once this video has uploaded. Right, Leo, let's get stuck into your reading. So let's do Oracle cards first and see what's in store for Leo in August of 2020. Okay, first card up, never ending story. Okay, so what this card says to me is you might have been telling yourself a story lately. You've probably been telling it to yourself for a long time. It doesn't have a good ending. This card always says there's some kind of story you're telling yourself and it doesn't have a good ending. What this card is saying is you need to change the story, and even better, you need to give it a new ending. They talk about self-prophecy. So if you tell yourself a story, well, if I try this, it's probably going to end up like it always has, or that person tried it and look what happened, and the economy's bad, and look what's going on around us. Should I even be trying something? That is not a story to tell yourself. So if there's something you want to do, there's some kind of goal you have, an aspiration, a dream, just even could be a small goal, please don't tell yourself a story with an unhappy ending. Change that story and give it a good, lovely ending. Because otherwise, if you keep telling yourself that story, that never-ending bad story with a bad ending, it will pan out like that, okay? That card is telling you, the universe is saying to you, it's time to change your story, and the outcome will be what you wanted or different to what it has been before. Yin, receptive. Nice. So it's saying be open to receiving the guidance, be shown the paths, be shown what you should be doing. People will come in, situations will come in, messages will come in, whatever the case may be. It could be very solid evidence for you. People could make suggestions. Doors could open for you that were closed before. But what you will see is you will be receiving that which will show you how to pursue this goal, where to pursue this goal, when to pursue the goal, what the goal should even be, okay? It's going to be coming to you. But remember, don't tell yourself the sad ending story, because then it won't happen. Right, so next card coming up for you guys is why. So you might say to yourself, well, why should it be different this time? It hasn't worked out before. It hasn't worked out for so-and-so. Look what's happening in the world, yada, yada, millions of things. The answer to this card is, well, you're not going to know why. Okay? There is no answer at the moment. One day when you look back, you might have a greater perspective, a different perspective, and then you'll be able to see why. For now, don't worry about the why. Okay? The why is pretty much besides the point for this particular issue that is under discussion for you guys in August. Don't worry about it. For now, that's not what's important, okay? Don't say, well, why will it work this time? It doesn't matter. Just go with that flow, see what comes your way. So the not for you, and the distinct feeling I get there immediately as I pull this card is you might have tried it before. You might have tried something different before. You might have tried lots of things before. But they weren't for you. They were not meant for you. It was not authentically you. It was not your path. Yes, you had to walk that path to discover what your real path is. But that pursuit, that goal at that time, even if it was a few times that has happened, was ultimately not your true goal. It wasn't meant for you. So if you failed at something and now you've decided you're going to try something else, or whatever the case may be, don't worry about the failure, supposed failure. I'm going to put that in inverted commas, because it was just a case of I'm showing you, the universe said, what you don't want, or the course, the road to what you do want. Okay, let's take another card, fork in the road. Very interesting. So it's decision time, it's choice time. This is no surprise to you in August. You knew this was coming. This card is never about suddenly you need to make a choice or decision. This card is all about you've been approaching that fork in the road, you knew it was coming. I always say go with your heart. Your head has 101 arguments why you should be doing things, but your head always argues with its experience. And that is not always creative, it's not always constructive, and it's not always the truth either. Not for you. So you're coming to some kind of major fork in the road, major decision time. Go with what your gut tells you. Okay, that's probably a better way of phrasing it than saying what your heart tells you. But your head is going to come up probably with a never-ending story. Okay, so scrap that. Don't listen to the never-ending story. Be open to receiving all sorts of signs and indications and doors opening and people coming in and situations unfolding that will help you make the decision in that fork in the road that is the one that will make you the happiest. One fork in that road is not for you. Okay? And like this card says, don't worry asking why all of this. Later, way down the road, you're going to see the whys. For now, don't ask any whys. Just go with those things and tell yourself a good story and make that choice that you know in your gut is the right choice for you. Okay, so that's August's lineup for you. Right, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Like I've said before with this deck, if those of you that watch me regularly, it's an intuitive deck. It's a very different tarot deck. I do pay attention to the number of the cards, but more than that, I will look what the picture on the card tells us. So, and once again, this is the Six of Water. And look, it's also about receiving, being open to receiving. It's very interesting this is coming up because I listened to a whole thing this morning and watched the whole thing yesterday about being open to receiving. It's something that's thrown around a lot nowadays. We are unwilling to receive, so we will experience shortages of abundance, shortages of whatever. So August is all about being open to receiving. It's not about so much about trying and thinking and pursuing as it is about being open to receiving. That's your big message for August. Be open to receive. So you will get people, you will get situations, you will get all sorts of things coming into your life. They will come towards you to show you the way, to highlight things that will be wonderful for you, to give you ideas and to inspire you. Okay. And then the Father. So the Father is all about the person who's capable of taking care of the family, the person who makes the big decisions, the person who has the responsibility. So that's the big card coming up for you. And the message I get with this card is there's someone like that in your life in August. Whether it's someone on another realm, a guardian angel, or an actual person, this person has your back in the month of August. That's a very nice card, that, and a very unusual message. It feels unusual. Okay, so let's have a look at relationships. This reading is going to be those of you in established as well as those of you looking for relationships, any important relationships in your life. I always read what it says on the card because otherwise I get emails after saying, what did it say on the card? Okay, but then I will tell you the story that's actually coming with the selection of cards. So the first card up is Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is for your life in general, but especially for your relationships. Do that which makes you feel alive in the month of August. It will help your relationships immensely. It will help you draw in a good relationship. But if you're going to be stuck in doing what you should do, what you feel obligated to do, what you do every day because that's what you do, but there's no joy in your life, it will affect your partnerships and relationships, and it will not draw in the kind of person that you want in your life. So in August, make a concerted effort, even if it's just once, to do something that makes your heart sing. It's going to do wonders for the relationship sector of your life. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I have a feeling for Leo, for the whole month of August, this is going to be the case for you. You will be given signs. You will be given indications. Where relationships are concerned, if something is on the side of your mind there, you kind of think, ooh, pay attention to that. Your partner might need attention. They may need you to speak to them. They may need you just to be there and listen for them, okay? It's a case of, there's the little flags will come up, pay attention to those. It's not necessarily big things. It can just be that your partner needs you to be there for them. and maybe you're busy, and especially with that goal of yours, that aspiration of yours, that's definitely playing front and center in your life at the moment. But pay attention to your partner. They're going to be putting out little flags that say help, help. Or I just need you to be there, whatever the case may be. And those of you that get into new relationships, this card that comes up for new relationships, I will always say, there will be aspects in every relationship that are not perfect for us, that don't suit us completely. When we get into new relationships, we can be very inclined to sweep them under the carpet and say, well, you know what, that'll go away, it'll change, they'll fall in love with me, they won't want to do that. Well, that's not the thing to do. So if you meet somebody in August and there's something about them that bothers you, be aware of the fact it's always going to be there. It does not mean that that's the end of the relationship or this is not a good option. It just means be honest with yourself, go in with your eyes open about what that aspect of the person is. If you go in with your eyes open and you are willing to accept that you're not happy with that and you will never be happy with that, it sets a different tone to the relationship and also to what can happen. And as I pick up the deck, this is the card that stays behind. So ultimately, I'd say those of you in relationships especially, you're going to need to sit down with your partner and let them talk. Have a heart-to-heart conversation. It's not necessarily a bad thing. They just may need to offload. They may be feeling pressure. They may just feel like they need someone to listen to them. So it's just more a case of that. And then if you get into a relationship in the month of August or you meet someone, you need to have a deep discussion with them, okay? You need to do some digging in there. You need to find out more about them because maybe those things that were red flags are even bigger than you anticipated. Or maybe it's a case of you get to know them, you know, you have a real good conversation with them, you realize, well, look, I'm going to have to accept that about them, but ultimately this is a cool person. I can look at living with that aspect of them. I'm open to it, my eyes are open, but I can live with it. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I'm just going to repeat again, if you would like a personal reading or I do an amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me via my website. I will put the link in the description box below once this video is finished processing. I'm going to say thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing. Thank you very much. And I'm wishing you hugs and blessings for the month of August. We will speak again soon.